Is real estate in Canada still a good investment in 2024? Yes. Is that, we can end the video? I should probably explain why. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Ben Robitaille, and today we're talking about whether or not Canadian real estate is still a good investment in 2024. And overall, my answer is yes, although there are specific situations that I think are much better than others. Now, if you personally don't think that real estate's a good investment in 2024, let me know in the comments why you think why. I'm looking at stats pretty much every day, and from what I can tell, I think we're trending in a upwards direction in terms of price this year. There's a little bit more confidence in the market from what I can tell on showings and working with clients every day. But I'm also happy to be wrong. And if you can present evidence to the contrary, I'm always open and I'm always willing to listen and learn. But because this is a video and it's a one-way street, I'm going to tell you why I think it is a good investment this year. So reason number one, headlines in the media tell you one snapshot of the story. And I'm guilty of it too. The amount of times I've scrolled through Apple News and seen a headline and not bothered to read the article is countless. But when you actually dive into what markets are actually doing in terms of the numbers, it's not all doom and gloom. While yes, there is some variation from market to market across Canada, overall, we have a supply problem. There's simply just not enough houses to meet the demand of how many people would like to buy houses, even at these crazy prices. And the amount of people I've spoken to over the last year who said, oh yeah, but with rates going up, people are gonna start losing their homes all over the place, and there's gonna be a power of sales popping up in every market, and the market's going to crash. You know what? Sure, for some people, unfortunately it might happen, but the bank's gonna do everything they can to work with a seller before they resort to a power of sale. And for the small minority that actually go to power of sale, I don't think it's gonna have any kind of drastic effect on the market. And with the amount of demand still present despite the interest rate hikes we've had in the last year, combined with the fact that rates are projected to drop at some point this year, I don't see demand going anywhere, and I actually just see it getting stronger as we go further into the new year. Reason number two, the last time I checked, you can't live inside of a mutual fund. I know this is a ridiculous statement, but let me give you a bit of a hypothetical situation. Let's say you buy a house for $500,000, you live in it for 5 years, and then you sell it for $550,000, let's say. After you've paid all your closing costs, you've essentially lived for free in a home for 5 years, covering your lawyer's fees, commission, property taxes, maintenance. Even if you sold the house for about what you paid for it, even after all those expenses, if you break it down into a monthly number, it's essentially cost you $500 a month for 5 years to live in a full $500,000 home. The last time I checked, you can't rent a full home in Simcoe County anywhere for under $2,000 a month. Now I realize I'm saying that with it being very difficult to get into the housing market as a buyer, but it's one of those things where if you can get into it, absolutely you should be. Reason number three, as long as you do your due diligence, Canadian real estate has historically always been a safe investment. And by this, I mean working with professionals who know the neighborhoods they're working in and know what they're looking at when they tour a home. Now, I'm not just talking about realtors here. I'm talking about lawyers who are competent, home inspectors who know what they're doing and know what they're looking for, so they can catch things that might cost you thousands and steer clear of those options if they're not fitting what you're looking for. Just for example, I know there's a property in my area right now that's appealing to a lot of buyers who inquire about it, but I know some information beyond just what the listing has that might make it undesirable for somebody to purchase. Now, even with this undesirable factor, a buyer may still want to go ahead and attempt to purchase it, but it's something that I'm going to make them aware of because I know this market and I know what's going on with that home. I'm going to nag on my professional a little bit. The bar to get into real estate and get your real estate license is relatively low. So unfortunately, you've got realtors of a wide range of competencies all over any marketplace working in that marketplace, trying to get your business in a very competitive industry. So you as a buyer or even you as a seller should be doing your due diligence. It doesn't hurt to interview 3 different buyer's agents, 3 different seller's agents, whatever you're looking to do in real estate. You want to make sure you're working with a person who will be able to do the best work possible for you. Now, I'll leave you on this. Real estate is an investment like any other investment. Investment always comes with risks. As a realtor, I look at the number and do my best to predict the future, which is a crazy statement when I say it out loud. But really, that's all we're trying to do. We're saying, you know, when this has happened before in history, this is what followed. So we're trying to apply the same things now. So I could be saying all this and be very, very wrong. But I also know that history, unfortunately, has a tendency to repeat itself. If you want to know more about the local real estate market, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, please hit like. That's all I have for you this week. If you want to speak to me directly about what's going on in the market, pick my brain, and maybe you've got some information that I don't have, let's chat. The first link in the description of this video, you can book a call directly with me. I'm always happy to make time to chat. And if I'm not in your market, then I'm happy to point you in the direction of somebody who may know your specific market a little bit better than I do. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.